Workers at this New York Starbucks store and hundreds of other locations walked off their jobs during a key promotional event on Thursday. They demanded improved staffing and schedules, the Workers United Union said on social media platform X. The walkout came on the coffee chain's Red Cup Day event, during which Starbucks hands out free red-colored reusable holiday-themed cups to customers on their coffee purchases. Edwin Palma Solis is a Starbucks barista trainer.
We want to make sure that we have a better pay, staffing, scheduling, and we have the right amount of hours to work because they've been improperly staffing us. And sometimes it just makes it harder for us to work. You know, sometimes we feel like we work for two people instead of one, and we're just tired. We're just really tired of overworking ourselves.
Starbucks said on Thursday its stores in the United States were open, adding that a few dozen stores were on strike. Red Cup Day has typically been a major driver of store traffic, with data from analytics company Placer.ai showing that visits to U.S. Starbucks stores on the same day last year jumped 94% over the daily average for the full year. Workers United, which represents more than 9,000 Starbucks employees at about 360 U.S. stores, has said the event was one of the most infamously hard, understaffed days, as drink orders pile up and employees end up on the receiving end of abuse from frustrated customers over long wait times. Earlier this month, Starbucks said it would raise hourly pay for its U.S. retail workers by at least 3% starting in 2024, which employees criticize, calling it tone-deaf, given Starbucks' 11% increase in fourth-quarter revenue and the recent wage hikes won by auto workers.
No contract!
No coffee!
No contract!
No coffee!
What do we want?
Fair scheduling!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Fair scheduling!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Fair scheduling!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Fair scheduling!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Fair scheduling!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Fair scheduling!
When do we want them?
Now!
No justice!
No coffee!
No justice!
No coffee!
No justice!
No coffee!
Give it up for these workers!
I am actually the descendant of many generations of coffee growers from the mountains of Colombia. And I know in many different ways that Starbucks has managed to squeeze every human being they can for every dime so that they can make top dollar while everybody at the bottom that makes that profit possible is actually struggling to make ends meet, to provide for their families. So many on the verge of eviction.
This is about companies recognizing that they are getting the money they're getting, their CEOs are getting the wealth that they're getting because of the people behind them. That's the only reason that these companies are successful, are because of these workers. They deserve to share in the gains and the wealth that is going to the top. And they deserve to work in conditions that are both healthy for them physically and mentally. You don't deserve to become millionaires and billionaires by breaking the backs of workers. This can be a symbiotic relationship where everyone is gaining, so they can feed their families and have a mentally and physical healthy time when they leave.
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Starbucks is out of compliance with the law, and Starbucks needs to be held accountable. Every single Starbucks worker needs to have fair scheduling, needs to have fair pay, needs to have their union recognized, and the union busting tactics have to go.
You should get paid an honest day's wage for an honest day's work.
This is a movement of workers across industries that will not stop, that will not waver, that will not tire until every worker only needs one full-time job to support their families. No contract,
No coffee!
practices that they've been doing for the past year at our store is unfair and just really not safe for us. I'm really exhausted. I'm tired of dealing with all the nonsense and the chaos that's been happening between Starbucks and our store. We've been fighting for over a year and no changes have been made for our store. We've been asking for better pay, better work environment, and in general just a better connection with the customers. But we can't have that if we don't have a safe work environment.
Starbucks worker and good friend Chris Matthew.
I am a shift supervisor that was illegally fired about a year ago. Thank you. I won my court case, they appealed my court case, and I continue to fight.
No justice!
No coffee!
No justice!
No coffee!
What do we want?
Fair scheduling!
Do we want it?
Now!
Today is Red Cup Rebellion Day. It's Red Cup Rebellion Day because we have a rebellion. Just like in 1776, which was fought right here in New York City, people said they had enough. And just like in 1776, we are going up against the biggest odds. We're going up against $1 billion corporation. Are we ready?
Yeah!
We're going up against executives that don't want a union. Are we ready?
Yeah!
We are fighting for fair wages. Are we ready?
Yeah!
We're fighting for good benefits. Are we ready?
Yeah!
So listen, there's one more thing we're fighting, and Chris talked about it, the Starbucks workers have talked about it, and that's fair scheduling. New York City, we have set the standard that says we are going to respect workers by not telling them they have 20 hours and then giving them 19 hours, by not taking their 20-hour shift and hiring new part-time workers when they can get a full-time job with benefits. New York has taken the lead on that, and we're not going to let Starbucks or any other company do that. Are we going to let Starbucks do that?
No!
So, today we filed 10 more stores filed scheduling laws against Starbucks to add to the dozens that are there, because we're not going to take it. That doesn't happen in New York City, because New York City, as our public advocate said, is a union town. When I say union, you say town. Union?
Town!
That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to make sure Starbucks workers get the respect they deserve, to get the full schedules they deserve, the benefits they deserve, and the wages they deserve. And we're going to make sure Starbucks workers get a union. Are we ready to do that?
Yeah! Sorry, I just want to say something. Hi, Mary.
Thank you.